the thing that sticks out to me about my trip to Turkey, I believe, would be the amount of superstardom that Devon Larratt has and how loyal his fans are. Because what I, scrolling through my Facebook in this 11-hour flight home with Turkish internet on flight, Turkish Airlines, I noticed my timeline was about Devon getting cheated by the refs. Did you see any of that in your timeline?
My man, I'm bringing it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's all I see, right? So to me, what that shows is that, man, listen, Devon is a hero because he has the most loyal, delusional, retarded.
Whoa.
No, seriously, learning disability and all, man.
Oh, man.
Little bus. These guys are taking the little bus to school, bro.
While watching Devon's YouTube
If
show?
anybody thinks that Devon Larratt was cheated or could be cheated or has ever been cheated, something is wrong with you. That was an amazing match with amazing athletes, with amazing refereeing, with amazing production.
With amazing level of cheating from both athletes.
No.
Whoa.
No. Gennady is a regular guy. His cheating is at the 10% level. It's nothing spectacular about Gennady's manipulation and cheating. Nothing.
Okay.
He's a choir boy because Lucifer himself, AKA Satan, the God down there, is Devon Larratt when it comes to cheating. And that is why he's the best. You add his unwillingness to compromise and his endurance, and usually it is a recipe that is absolutely unbeatable in a 5, 6, 7 round format. Just is. And hats off to Gennady. As an arm wrestling fan, this rematch is incredible from what I hear could be taking place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If I'm Gennady's manager, I don't ever come around Devon Larratt again.
That was the last one.
That would have been it for me. But, hey, money talks, I assume. So go crazy, young men. But
unless you get more money for losing the second time than you got for winning the first time.
Or you just realize that there really is no other match that will put you against Conor McGregor, which is where the money could be, right? And that's great. So I just think that it's just pointless to be that guy. If you are an arm wrestling fan of Devon and you think that he enjoys listening to you say that he was cheated, he doesn't. He's not interested in that perception because he knows it's not accurate. We shouldn't even waste 1 second on it. If Devon gets in a match the next time and Gennady's uncle brings a semi-truck in and runs Devon over, it is still not as bad as cheating as what Devon was doing the entire last 10 years. Just check the rising, the manipulation, the shoulders, Everything.
And they go
Oh
at the whole
my! Like,
thing.
where was the rules meeting? You are not going to start before go. They closed Devon's hand. I mean, and it's okay. Everything that Devon is doing, he should continue to do. Let's just not even bring up. It's irrelevant. Don't tell me anything at all about the cheating. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. All the cheating is on your guy's side. Every bit of it. Don't even talk about it over here. There was nothing there. Over here was the overcoming of it. That should impress you so much. Gennady, if he was not you were not a fan of him, you should be now, because he was able to take a nap, go to sleep. Freddy Krueger showed up and he killed his ass. Even though it never happens, Freddy usually wins.
Mm-hmm.
Kills your ass as soon as you go to sleep. Gennady did it. So that's what I was amazed from the timeline, is that that's what I saw. And I couldn't believe that.
So
you know,
what's the conclusion? You want the same fans from now on?
I guess. Yeah, I just feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed even for Devon when the fan, and listen, also, it shows that you love him, right? Because that's what loved ones do. They make excuses for their people.
You know what? One of the craziest part that I got to see, so Sunday, it was me, Devon, Jody, and Wright. There's a couple more people that stayed over on a Sunday. We went to the same city area to go out to eat, and how many random Turkish people will stop by and take a picture with Devon. Not part of the same restaurants, just walking by the street. And at some point it turned to there's so many people were taking pictures that just people that were sticking around oh, I don't know what's going on, but I want to take a picture too. Yeah, because I'm filming.
I'll find out when I get home who I took the picture with.
Yeah, okay. So do you want to go over the matches?
Yeah, whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm cool. I mean, I already told you what was going to happen before it happened.
I got you, but I'm just gonna spit them out for you, and I want to, if you have something to say about those, just like the last time. But so Adam and Bacho.
Yeah, I mean, listen, superhero. Bacho's different level. I mean, if they weighed the same, which I assume they did, they weighed 187 pounds or
it's same. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what, but I think
198 somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anyone over here in the greater DC metro area that wants to see Bacho, that's for sure. So I think that what you're going to begin to see, I would assume, from East versus West would be two foreign competitors going for the titles for the most part, and the Americans being those 8-person undercards and kind of matched up accordingly. Because this is what I want to get at. And I feel like do you know the geographical location of the United States if we put it in other countries? Are we way bigger? Is the United States, how much bigger is the United States than Russia?
Oh, well, not Russia. Russia.
Okay, so how much bigger is the United States than Georgia?
That will probably be, if I have to assume, I mean, the minimum.
Well, don't assume, but let's just talk about this.
Okay, 1 second.
Right now, as of right now,
I think, hold on, Georgia is probably the side of Texas.
Georgia is the side of Texas.
I'm just going to assume, but I'm going to Google to see how.
I don't like you assuming this because it's messing up my analysis. But for some reason, in my opinion, the United States team has to take on the whole world. And it's just not possible. What we need to do is take on Georgia or take on Romania or take on Moldova.
Hey, Georgia is slightly bigger than the state of West Virginia.
Exactly. So that's why it is assumed that our population geographical size puts us against all of those countries. But the truth is, our talent level should only be the size of West Virginia when we go over there. So I would like to see England have the championship teams, the championship matches with whoever deserves them in the world, regardless of location. But each of those East versus Wests would be the American team against just one of the countries.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I'd love to see Turkey against the U.S. And
Got
I believe that it could be done.
and you match them up either our tier 1 dudes or tier 2 dudes.
Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. It depends on the countries, who's invited. You know, you really got to get first. You starts off with the strongest 4 Turks, and then him deciding. You know, because let's just put it out there. England's not job, but his goal is to have super interesting matches, right? I mean, yeah. So now I'm not saying he will do this. I'm just saying that would make it that would make it 50-50. Because as of right now, us taking on their good guy in every country, it wasn't a good plan in my eyes. And that's why I was always on that side, and England would get mad about me saying, England's going to give you a match to get your ass whipped. You know what I mean? And England's not doing that on purpose. It's just, listen, we have to look in the mirror as Americans and look at the sport of arm wrestling and know that we are not a significant powerhouse.
Right. When it comes I do believe Engen's goal is almost the opposite. He would like for North Americans to do better than what usually happens.
I agree. Yeah, definitely not a good business model. You would assume if a large piece of the market in pay-per-view is coming from America. But I also think that England needs to understand that as Americans, I guess we're supposed to be racist about the Europeans, but I find that my neighbor thinks Bacho's every bit as cool as Adam. He doesn't know Adam either, right? Adam being from South Carolina, my neighbor gets to Georgia just as often as he gets to South Carolina. That's all I'm saying. So now maybe I'm wrong about that. And if you are an American, you're just absolutely beside yourself that the Americans lost. I don't feel that way. I don't get that sense that England has to worry about that as much as you may think that you would have to.
Okay. Zurab and Rob Vision Jr.
Yeah, I just thought that that Rob showed us that he is an absolute freak of nature that can compete off the couch with a few months training with awesome guys. And that match looked, from the outside looking in, 3-0, not a bad, easy work for Zurab. If you're at the screen I was at, you saw some places where it showed that Rob is still a very bad dude when it comes to you running into him up there at the New England Championships.
Yep. Daniel Prokopchuk and Doug Ehrlich.
Yeah, what can you say there's no way of gauging Adam or Doug's true form because the guys they arm wrestled were just, Daniel's so impressive, man. Like Daniel and Bacho, to me, the two most dominant, right? Well, and Rivas, Bacho, and Daniel were just super impressive, and they really did a good job being efficient with their opponents.
All right. So that covers a couple of them. Then Alajan and Cody. What do you think about that one?
Just once again, super impressed by the young man. Cody looked strong to me. Cody looked intelligent, trying everything he could to get to the fingers and compromise the the grip and the leverage. It's just, the kid's just too aggressive. And I mean, the kid's willing to come forward, broke arm position, whatever it takes to get connected to you. And we still don't know how good he is.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Tobias, maybe the next match.
Well, okay. So transfer to that one, Tobias and Vitaly.
Yeah, Vitaly's super impressive. I got to ride back to the airport with him. What a great guy. Huge. I think I said it on the broadcast that, the guy's got a chance to be the top lefty in the whole world.
Okay. David Samusha and Brandon Olcesser.
Yeah, Brandon was right in that mix, man. It was, I think that 176 class is a little too light for Brandon. If I was him, I'd never come back under 187. And, but yeah, that's, once again, Brandon did great. The other guy just happens to be the best guy.
Yeah, looking at that, Brandon had the lane there going for the outside, but could not trust it. He'll set it up properly and then shoot back for the inside, knowing there's no lane. So it's just hard to believe in that. Like, just get to see that over there. So yeah. Paul Lynn and Sasho.
Man, Paul Lynn went at it. Sasho's amazing. We knew that, but I believe that Sasho would not be able to beat Paul Lynn again. So I think that Paul Lynn, that's a great little stepping stone ladder. You would like to win. It would have been amazing for the young man, but the truth is he's in that category. I mean, when you beat the guy in the hook 2 times and hold him over there at 9 o'clock for the third match, I mean, you're there. I mean, right there. Paul just needs to, it's what he's in it 6-7 years now. Just keep stacking. And Paul will be a tough out when it comes to the dudes that are trying to get their title shots. And eventually, Paul being the type of guy he is, don't be surprised if he gets the benefit of the doubt with a couple wins and ends up getting another title shot. Paul needs to be careful that the level is not even higher than Sasho coming. Mm-hmm. So that then nor him or Sasho are able to either one of them get another title match. But if I'm in the second Sasha is no longer the champion, I'm rematching him and Paul just because of how exciting it was.
Okay, I was about to say something, but I'm here reading the chats too. The referee took forever to call pins for Paul. Being there taking pictures and like their hooks, Paul was not pinning Sasha. That's why. It took them forever because it's such a close call. That's why it needs to be called properly. That's why that's another theory that Paul was getting robbed out of those. But I was there taking those pictures and referee was just waiting for Paul to bringing down those necessarily half an inch for referee to be really comfortable with closing it and, calling the winner on that one. But yeah, tournament format, if you think about it, that Paul will have won the tournament. You know what I mean? That's beating somebody twice in that hook. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, impressive, dude. So impressive.
Okay. Kiddergali and Irakli?
I mean, there's nothing you can say. That was, overmatched as well, man. I mean, what? Dude, that dude's probably the best guy, man.
Okay.
I mean, listen, he's one of those guys that could easily be the MVP, the East First West MVP. He's the guy. Right. What's not to, I feel sorry for him. Terrible self-promoter, but man, easy to root for that kid, man. What a stud.
I don't know. I guess when you're so clean and you look so good, that's your self-promotion. You're just strong, humble, tall guy, right?
Yeah, and I think that
I'm putting it to be in contrast with your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's no doubt. Somebody's got to sell the tickets, and then someone's got to put on a show. So he's more of the show guy. You need guys to sell tickets, and that's why we have the other guy.
Right. And well, the one we're going to finish with on that, because we talk about Devon and Gennady, Arif Erdem and Georgi Ziranov.
Yeah, Arif's another one, man. In my opinion, super impressive. Right before it all goes to shit because of your cardio and the fact that arm wrestling, man, listen, here's something to think about. The elephant in the room is that there is a gas tank that you can't see. And you imagine when someone wins, there wasn't much gas taken out. But the reality is you do not know what the reality is. Even in a dominating win, if there is energy being taken, there is only a finite amount of energy when it comes to people in a fight. You see some people, we call them very weaklings, right? That means as soon as they have a slight bit of adversity, they fall apart, right? I happen to be one of those guys. You will see me in the tournament, ready, go, bam! I, at that point, feel my forearm cramping up and my hand tightening. But I don't tell anybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. This guy can't touch me. Really, I know 33% of my entire energy level has been taken.
Just
right?
gone.
Round two pops up. I've got 66% in the tank. Ready, go, boom. 1 inch at the bottom. I stop for a second and a half. A little adjustment, boom, wins called. Ladies and gentlemen, you can cancel Christmas. There's no way I can lose the event. I'm the greatest that ever lived. Go back to my corner. Now I got a cramp in my left hamstring. Along with the 66% is down to 13%. No one knows it. This is an easy affair.
Here's
how you know it.
Desperately looking for water.
Let me tell you what happens when the gas light comes on at 1%.
Okay.
Usually, the guy who was winning 2-0 does a hit that only moves about 1 or 2 inches. He slips out and tells the ref it was a pin. Hey, that's a win. And everybody's like, nah, bro, you're 5 inches away. At that point, in Arif's body and my body is the beep, 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 shut down, beep, beep. The crowd still thinks you're in a dominating 2-0 fashion. In your brain, you know it's over. That's what you witnessed there. That's what happened. That's, that beep, beep happened to Paul Lynn too. It just was in a different circumstances. It took more adversity than Arif, right? Arif is like Corey Miller or Corey West, like Dave Chafee, like Travis Bagent. You hit it. It doesn't matter when you hit it. 2-0, 2-1, 3-0. You are not winning anymore for the rest of the day.
So you're not winning anymore. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, that sums it up the card for us, Travis Bagent. So
let's talk about June 3rd.